Aloha, it is Hawaiian weekend here at the Big A. They're giving away the floppy hats, and hopefully the Angels pick up a victory tonight. The Seattle Mariners in town for the first of three here on this Friday night. We welcome you inside our broadcast booth and back to Angels baseball here on Fox Sports West, along with Dontrell Willis. I'm Victor Rojas, and of course Mark Gubaza is off in Cooperstown and joined Vladimir Guerrero's Hall of Fame induction. So the D-Train kind enough to join us. Are you excited to be here?
Very excited. Big league ball game. How can you not be excited? Two high-power offenses. Should be a good one tonight.
All right, Andrew Heaney is on the mound for the Angels, and obviously this is a Seattle Mariners team that has played good baseball throughout the entire season, but they've cooled off a little bit. Maybe give Andrew a little opportunity here at home.
He's definitely rocking and rolling at home. In his last 8 starts, he's 6-1 with the 1.3 ERA, and what he needs to do is establish the fastball in and inside for effect. That sets up everything in his repertoire. They will swing over the slider, and that's his best pitch. And if he's able to do that and work fast and have a good tempo and get this high-powered offense in the dugout cooking again, he should have a lot of success today.
Speaking of high-powered offense, the Angels certainly have swung the bats a little bit better of late. They'll be facing a left-hander. Wade LeBlanc is on the mound. As we know, the Angels have struggled against left-handers this year, so we'll see what they can do on this Friday night. We're just about ready for baseball here in Southern California. Sit back, relax, lineups and first pitch when we return. Highway MPG. Test drive one today. By Mercury Insurance, we're on a mission to save you money. Log on to mercuryinsurance.com to get a fast free quote and see how much you can save. And by your SoCal Mazda dealers. Another beautiful night for baseball here in Southern California. It was a hot one today. Temperatures in the mid-90s. Seems to have cooled off a little bit as the sun begins to set here in Orange County, and the Angels taking the field as Andrew Heaney takes the ball and gets ready to throw his warm-up pitches. We'll take a look at the Seattle Mariners starting lineup as presented by their manager Scott Service. Seattle at 61-41, still in that driver's seat right now for the second wild card spot. They've got a one-game lead over the Oakland Athletic for that second spot. D. Gordon will lead things off. He's at second base. Gene Segura, the all-star shortstop. Mitch Haniger is in right field. Nelson Cruz at DH. Kyle Seager at third. Ryan Healy, the first baseman. Mike Zunino behind the plate. Ben Gamel's in left field. And Guillermo Heredia has done a nice job at center field. He will bat ninth for Seattle here tonight, the opener of this three-game set. Andrew Heaney's on the mound. This will be his 19th start, 6-6 with a 3.66 ERA, Train.
You know what? I want to see him be able to manage, especially the teeth of their lineup, keep those guys in the ballpark and get some early contact and hopefully get some outs and get some rhythm in the ballgame.
This is a team, Seattle Mariners, that while they have done well, they've struggled so far in the month of July. The offense hasn't quite been there, and we'll talk about that here momentarily. Let's take a look at the defense for the Angels behind Heaney. It looks like this with Upton, Trout, and Calhoun from left to right. The infield has Fletcher, Simmons on the left side, Kinsler, Pujols on the right, and Jose Briseño behind the plate. So this offense for the Seattle Mariners, mentioned the struggles that they've had in July. Just a team batting average of 232, and while you talk to many in the Mariners organization, especially on the broadcast side of things, hitting with men in scoring position has been the biggest issue for them so far in July.
And again, it's a lot like the Angels. They really need to focus and collectively get a game plan. I think they're trying to hit the long ball a little too much. And as a pitcher, when you see guys trying to lift and separate, you can subtract and get those guys to roll over or hit the ball in the air. But it's not all about just striking guys out. It's about getting guys that miss hit. And right now, collectively as a club, they're not hitting the ball well.
And perhaps maybe they are just now starting to miss Robinson Cano, who still has about 18, 19 games to serve on his suspension. First pitch tonight is cut on and lined to left field. It is a leadoff single for D. Gordon. That first pitch is brought to you by Chrysler of Glendora. So right off the chute, first pitch and a base knock.
And you see the game plan, taking the baseball the other way, not trying to hit that ball and pull it and roll it over. Now they put some speed on the base pass and put a little pressure on Heaney right now.
The Gordon, 23 stolen bases on the year, has been caught 7 times.
Uh-oh, little bat flip, huh?
And he acted the bench coach having to retrieve the lumber. Guess we're without a bat boy on the visiting side for now. Gene Segura out, 321 average, 26 doubles, 2 triples, 7 home runs, and 49 runs batted in. Gordon off to a big lead already at first base. He almost had a running start there. That pitch is called a strike.
Yeah, he did, and I was a little concerned for Heaney, especially with the balk. When you're out there try to freeze the guy, you got to make sure that you're relaxed and you don't have any sudden movements. And he almost did right there.
How difficult is that for a left-handed pitcher when you see that peripherally, you see that movement? What's your mindset at that point?
Stop his feet. Stop his feet, especially with the speed. You don't want him to get a bigger lead. But at the same time, he's trying to get you to focus on him and make a mistake to the hitter.
Ball and a strike on Segura.
Segura has definitely grown into a really, really tough at bat. Really polished, can show some power, hit the ball the other way too. So really, really proud of this kid, known him from the Milwaukee days.
Joe and bunt takes low. And a 2-1 count. Heaney coming off a win in his last start. That was against the Astros here at home. Gave up a run on 4 hits, 6 innings, I should say, through 104 pitches. As we mentioned, he has thrown the ball well at home. He has struggled down on the road. Leadoff single to Gordon. He's at first base. Nobody out. Just underway here at the Big A. Gordon chops this one to third. Should be 2. Fletcher to Kinsler. On to Pujols. There's a double play.
When killing, that's a beautiful thing, especially early in the ball game, getting that speed off the base pass. Yeah, that's a pitcher's best friend right there. That's how you get a steak dinner at Mastro's. Oscar style, too.
Second time tonight you've already talked about Mastros. I know what's on the mind. There's Mitch Haniger with the bases clear. Right fielder takes outside for ball one. Get you familiar with the Mariners once again. 4th in the American League in team batting average, 10th in home runs, 10th in runs scored. The Angels are 5-7 against Seattle this year. (1-0). High fastball.
See, that's what happens when you throw the baseball with conviction through the zone. He's already showing good life, and you have a little pep in yourself when you get a ground ball double play in the first inning.
It's got to throw you for a loop a little bit. First pitch of the game, and all of a sudden, not really expecting a base hit, and then you're like, oh, I got to deal with the speed on the bases.
Well, you don't know what kind of stuff you get if he doesn't get to the glove. Right. You know, so kind of ambushed him right there.
That hit him apparently on the breaking ball. At least Haniger certainly sold it. He went jogging over to first base. Scioscia's going to have the guys downstairs take a look at it. But Mitch immediately dropped the bat and went to first.
Yeah, hit the shin right there, going down and in. Oh, the pinky toe. Got him. Baseball's a game of inches, man. He definitely wants that pitch back.
Now you got to deal with Nelson Cruz with the man on here in the first inning. Cruz at 262, 22 home runs, 57 runs batted in. Not a big lead at all for Haniger at first. Now back. No balls, 2 strikes.
And at this point in the situation with 2 outs, you don't even want to focus on the base runner. You definitely do not want to make a mistake to Cruz and to have him put a crooked number on board early in the ball game.
4 home runs for Nelson against the Angels this year through 12 games. He's hit just 237, but for whatever reason, that long ball prevalent, and also has picked up 9 RBIs against the Angels this season.
I got a chance to face him when he was on the Rangers. One of the biggest men I've ever faced in the box. Definitely comes with some power.
Check swing.
Great
Looked like
pitch.
he went around. He got it with a high fastball. So Heaney gives up a hit and a hit batter. Nothing else. Way to the bottom of the first. Scoreless. Mentioned the open at even 500 with the win yesterday at 52 of 52. Fletcher will lead things off at third. Ohtani at DH. Trout at center. Upton's in left. Pujols at first. Simmons the shortstop. Kinsler at second. Briseño behind the plate. Calhoun is out at right field, batting ninth. Wade LeBlanc is on the mound. Former Angel, making his 21st appearance, 16th start of the season. He's been a heck of a find in the rotation for Jerry Dipoto and the Mariners. 6-1 with a 3.44.
He's been great, especially going into the rotation, and him being able to keep guys off balance. That's his forte.
And that has been his forte against the Angels this year. This is his third start against the Halos. He's 2-0 with a 2.25 ERA. 7 hits, 12 innings, and having allowed just 3 runs. Fletcher lifts one out toward left center field. This one chasing Heredia back a little bit. We'll stay in the yard. And there's the first down at the bottom of the first. Let's take a look at the defense for Seattle, brought to you by Infinity. And it looks like this with Gamble in left, Heredia's in center, Haniger in right. The infield with Seager, Segura, Gordon, and Healy from third to first. Mike Zunino, who's injured the last time these two teams met, is back behind the plate. Shohei Ohtani steps in. Wondering if Show would play tonight or even on Sunday with Marco Gonzalez going for Seattle, left-handed. Mike Scioscia's kind of kept Shohei at bay with lefties on the mound.
Well, you know, I really think this is good for him.
He'll lift this one out toward left, slicing away from Gamble, but it'll stay in fair territory. 2 down. And why is that?
It's going to be an intriguing matchup. This is the arm slot. You get complacent not seeing nothing but right-handed batters. So for him, especially a guy that changes speeds, now he has to really mentally form a game plan and really jump on the balls that he leaves up in the zone. He missed that, but as he gets more data on him, that'll help him down the line, and he'll see Wade LeBlanc down in the future.
Adam Kennedy was talking about in the pregame show that this is a good matchup for Shohei Ohtani. If you're going to throw him out there, don't throw him out there with Clayton Kershaw on the mound, but Wade LeBlanc seems to be a better fit to kind of continue to break him in on the left-hander.
Or a Dontrell Williams that might hit him. So, you know, yeah, but I definitely agree with that.
Anything to get the on-base percentage going, right? Trout takes upstairs.
Don't want to scare him.
Trout at 311 on the season, 28 home runs, 58 runs batted in. Takes the inside corner.
Love what LeBlanc does, though. He lures you to sleep, throws the changeup, slider away, but then when the fastball comes, it looks like 100 miles an hour, and that's the effect of him slowing the bat down.
2 balls, 1 strike. Trout has hit safely in 11 of 12 games against Seattle. 478 average, 5 home runs, 9 runs batted in. 3 infielders on the left side. Boy, I tell you what, Mariners have done that aplenty on Trout, up and in that corner.
Well, also for LeBlanc, he has to pitch to the shift, and as you can see, he's going and challenging Trout inside. Last 3 pitches in the inner half, so right there you see the game plan. But Trout, watch for D. Gordon. He moves around out there, so he'll try to give a location away, so he has to be careful with that.
Here's the 3-2, and Trout works the walk. Shocker. Time now for the Hyundai key to the game. What do you got with Justin Upton coming up to the plate?
You know what, like I said early in the pregame, I love seeing him going the other way. He has struggled against Wade LeBlanc. He's 3 for 28. He's a much better hitter, but Wade uses his aggression against him and has him roll over to the left side. I like to see him take this baseball to center, to right center. He has enough muscle to do it.
And the Angels as a team have hit .214 against left-handed pitching this season. Upton yesterday had a terrific game, going 4 for 5. 3 singles and a double, picked up 2 runs batted in, also scored twice. .255 average now, 20 home runs on the year with 58 RBIs. He's got Trout at first. Mentioned Mike walking. It's somewhat commonplace of late. 96th walk this year.
Amazing. See, I like the patience right now. Making him come to him, getting the pitch he wants to hit. This is where Justin has to make his money when teams pitch around Trout. He has to be able to give quality of bats. So far, so good.
Big hole on the right side of the infield. Not a big lead for Trout at first. 3-0. And I mentioned that big hole on the right side last night or yesterday afternoon. You saw the base hit the right field. It kind of got him started in the 4-hit game.
And you know what? That's just trusting yourself to let the ball travel deep and just squaring the baseball up. Everything doesn't have to be a home run or launch angle, but just like a jump shooter, letting that set come to see through the hoop. If you see that base hit knocked down, one hit away, keeps the hitting coach away. You know what I mean? So it's a good approach. And right there on that swing, he let the ball get deep, even though he's ahead in the count and trying to hit that baseball with authority the other way. I'm liking what I'm seeing so far.
Letting it fly with a 3-0 count.
Yeah, don't miss this one, no J-Up.
3-1 count. Pujols on deck. Just fouled it back. That was right in his wheelhouse.
You
Full
didn't
count.
listen to me, J-Up.
Yeah, I forgot to tell you, this is a regional broadcast. We don't mic up our players. They don't have earpieces. They can't hear the broadcast.
I talked to him early. Definitely have to get that pitch. But that's a slider, and that's what LeBlanc does. He's not just going to groove a fastball up, even if he's behind in the count. He's throwing the breaking ball. He will throw a changeup, and that just puts another element in the back of the hitter's mind and try to put the hitter on the heels.
We've got a full count with 2 outs. Trout's going to be on the move here. 2 out, base on balls to Mike. Outfield straight around. Trout takes off, gets an off-speed pitch, and he'll go down swinging for the 3rd out. We'll head to the 2nd here at the Big A with no score. More, get tickets for as low as $8 per seat. Call 888-796-HALO or go to angels.com/groups for more details as we start the 2nd here at the Big A. Seager, Healy, and Zunino coming up for Seattle against Andrew Heaney. He threw 11 pitches, 7 for strikes, picked up a strikeout, hit a batter, gave up a hit on the very first pitch of the game. Seager hitting .234. Power number's not bad for him this year, 16. He's just having a down season overall. 24 doubles. We joked about it a little bit about missing Robinson Cano. But when he does come back, even though he's not eligible for the postseason, it'll certainly provide Scott Service a little bit more of a deeper lineup because Robbie goes back in the 3 spot. Haniger probably drops down to the number 6 spot. Now you can kind of lengthen the lineup out a little bit more.
It definitely elongates somebody. It's almost like getting a trade.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? But his swagger, his presence in the lineup, he'll get more walks, and he'll make the pitcher pitch to Seager or Cruz. So that's what he does in that lineup. And they're missing him right now, especially in the dog days of August. Guys are getting a little fatigued. Guys are getting a little tired. Their bats are slowing down a little bit. So, and also they put a lot of pressure to produce. And you can't like Robinson Cano. That guy's this all-time player regardless of what's going on with him. I've got a chance to play with him and play against him, and he's definitely a tough at bat.
The plan is, with Healy coming to the plate when Robinson rejoins the Seattle Mariners, to probably play him at first base, because if Seattle does get to the postseason, Robbie can't play, so they want to keep the same guys intact. D. Gordon at second base, Heredia probably in center, so Cano probably plays some first base, on occasion second, maybe DH, give Nelson Cruz kind of a day off. He becomes a swing guy. It's Robinson Cano, but he becomes a swing guy all of a sudden.
$20+ million swing guy.
Exactly.
But yeah, they're definitely going to need him, especially to be able to come back and produce. Now we'll see, because that's a long time and you can't replicate game speed. So we'll see, but he's definitely needed, especially with the surging athletics, my hometown team. The way they're knocking the cover off the ball, especially on the road, they definitely need a shot in the arm for the Mariners to continue.
1-1 to Healy. He'll shoot this one out towards center. Trout has a beat on it. 2 down. You're not kidding either about the Oakland A's. We mentioned just a game behind Seattle. Seattle 5 back in the West. They're in that second wild card spot. Oakland is just 6 back in the West. They've won 6 straight. Tampa Bay is just ahead of the Angels at the 53-50 mark. You take a look at the standings in the American League West.
And a couple of those wins for Oakland are the last at bat. And that jolts the locker room, and now they believe they can do that to any ball club, especially being able to do that in still ball games on the road. You know firsthand, man, guys are rocking and rolling, and they believe in each other.
Mike Zunino cuts through that first one, fouls it back off of Briseño, 1 count.
I like what Heaney's doing so far early in the game, staying away from them, letting the hitters use their aggression to get themselves out, saving pitches, and getting those guys back in the dugout, man, because I love how the Angels offense has been playing the last couple of days.
Behind in the count at 0-2. Zunino was on the DL. Left ankle bone bruise. Matter of fact, that happened as a pinch hitter against the Angels up at Safeco. Missed the first visit for Seattle here, being on the disabled list.
Nino's a tough at bat because he'll swing through everything, but once in a while he'll run into that baseball. Kind of like reminds me of Mark Reynolds, where you don't know where to throw that baseball because his hot zone can determine and different each day.
Heaney still ahead of the count at 1 ball, 2 strikes.
This is a beautiful ballpark. I always like pitching here.
Pulled toward third. Fletcher's there. Heaney with a 1-2-3. Second. We'll head to the bottom of the second inning. Pujols, Simmons, Kinsler coming up for the Angels with no score. Halos last 2 games, man, they've swung the bats. We talked about it in the open. 23 runs, 7 home runs, 10 games with 10+ runs, third most by any American League team. They did that as well on Sunday against the Houston Astros. Split that 4-game series against the Sox as Albert leads things off, takes outside for ball 1.
The machine, one of the best all time. He better mention me in his Hall of Fame speech because I've given up 2 home runs against him.
He'll pull this one down the left field line, and that'll go toward the corner. Gamble over to try to cut it off. It'll play the ricochet. Albert racing towards second base, and he is in there. Lead-off double for Pujols.
Change up in the zone, and that's his pure strength right there, being able to muscle that ball over the third baseman. And the big fella still moves good. That refrigerator got on his back around first, but nice to see that type of hustle from one of your veterans.
He is now alone in 24th place all time, 3,061 career hits. He had been tied with Craig Biggio. And as far as doubles are concerned, his 635th. Creeping up to the top 10 in that category. Honus Wagner is next up.
Wow.
At 643. That's the crazy thing when you start talking about the lists that he is currently on.
When your name starts to be mentioned with guys that baseball cards are in black and white,
yep,
that means you had a heck of a career.
That's a good indicator.
Yeah.
Here's Andrelton Simmons.
Got a chance to meet him for the first time today. Heard he was a great guy. He took his batting gloves off and shook my hand. He said, "The D train." I said, "I appreciate that, but I'm a big fan of yours." His bat has really come along this year. We know about the glove. He's got gold sprinkled all over there at shortstop. You can't see it on there, but he's a heck of a player. I'm really, really happy for him.
He's had a tough month of July, although perhaps the 2-hit game yesterday gets him started. As he'll bounce this one toward third. Seager holds Pujols. Hamilton is retired for the first out.
And that's what LeBlanc exactly wanted him to do, to pull the ball to the left side and get a ground ball. And that's when you got to understand the game plan and the percentages. Try to focus, calm down, and hit that ball to the right side so you can get Pujols advance to the third base side.
It's funny, I mean, from a pitcher's perspective, and I know Gooby talks about it quite a bit, you know what you're trying to do when you're on the mound.
Right.
It's amazing to me that hitters still haven't quite figured that out, that the odds are he's probably just going to show you one away and then he's going to start busting you in because he doesn't want you to hit the ball the other way.
Because hitters, you know, they want to get their first hard knock and then they want an advantage. They want to get their steak first. They want to get their steak first, and that happens, you know, but you play against that. You play off that.
He takes that pitch inside. Kinsler with a nice game yesterday. 3 hits, single, double, home run, 3 runs scored.
This is a guy in the lineup that's better than a 230 hitter. You know, he definitely shows power, but this is one of the guys in the lineup I want to see trust himself and hit that ball the other way because he's capable of it, and then the whole field will open up for him.
Albert will lead off double, standing at second, his 16th double of the year. And this one's pulled foul. And it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Time now for the Mercedes-Benz league leaders. Speaking of pulling the baseball, and that's been a little bit of an issue for the Angels, especially against left-handed pitching. But you look at MLB teams this season, the highest pull percentage by hitters, 45.7%.
So when I see something like that, they're going into the game plan. If I'm matching up against the Angels, we're going to stay away. We're going to slow them down. And even Kinsler hitting a foul ball like that off me, you're going to win a nice shiny changeup, which is thrown right there.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the game. You know, it's chess, not checkers. You know, you have to think about it.
And if you pitch in, make sure it's in off the plate.
Man, don't make a mistake to him in a half.
2-1 count.
And again, you even see the shift, even with D. Gordon not really trying to hold Pujols on, just trying to pull.
In off the hands. This one's popped up. Seager might have a play.
Get out.
And nope. Over the screen. Now to play. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Home run that Ian hit yesterday, 13th of the year. 30 runs batted in now.
This is a situation where you definitely want to give up one side of the plate. He's went in twice.
Turned it over.
Yeah, exactly. Wanting him to swing over the top of that or roll it over and pull it to the left side. And that's what I mean about the game plan and knowing how hitters are trying to attack you.
Your mindset here, if you're on the mound, you double up again, go another changeup 3-2?
I throw another changeup until he can prove he can hit the ball to the right side of the diamond with authority. And Zunino trying to get on the same page, same sequence.
Long look in, now LeBlanc stepping off. Did you adhere to the rule of thumb, whatever you throw 2-2, be prepared to back it up 3-2 again?
Once in a while, but I think the hitters started knowing that, you
right.
know, but it's also about what you have confidence of executing right now. I think they want to go to the changeup down again, but he's not feeling really too confident with that pitch, especially bouncing a couple in his bat.
Goes back inside, and Kinsler took it. I think with that take right there, the way I think he was looking away.
Yeah, exactly. You see the game plan, and again, that's what you have to humble yourself and understand that, hey, how are guys getting me out? What's my swing path? Where am I spraying the ball? What's my spray chart offensively? And that's as a veteran at bat right there. Keep the line moving.
Second walk that LeBlanc has issued, so 2 on, 1 out with Briseño coming up. Jose tonight getting to start behind the plate. What a debut yesterday for Francisco Arcia. Called up to the big leagues after 12 years in the minor leagues. This one's flared out to shallow right field. This one's got a chance to fall in there, and it does. It's a base hit. Pujols is going to be stopped at third with the gun that Haniger has at right. All you could do is move the conga line 90 feet.
Line drive in the book, as we say.
No doubt.
And again, even though he fouled it, hit it off the end, excuse me, but that's a good piece of hitting right there, especially early in the count. He went up there with a game plan.
Take a look at the cricket smile for tonight's ball game. It's like this yesterday. Cole Calhoun, a huge drive out to right field, got him started in that first inning. Later on, chipped in the double, ended up going 2 for 5, 2 extra base hits, an RBI, and a run scored. He'll come to the plate with the bases loaded now. Pujols standing at third, Kinsler at second, and Briseño at first base.
Pride of Buckeye, Arizona, baby. Arizona State alum.
96 batting average, 11 home runs, 32 runs batted in. Seager in on the grass at third. Cole rips one into the right field corner. That one is a fair ball. Over the wall, it'll bring home 2. 2-0 Angels here in the second. He has been on fire in the month of July.
I just love the way he's made the adjustments since coming off the DL, dropping his hands now. He still has that launch angle, but now he's having some confidence. He's seeing some hits drop. Again, it's a beautiful thing to be able to stay in the lefty and be able to turn the lineup over again. You won't want to be able to have the heart of your lineup hit 4 or 5 times. And as long as you're able to get some knocks on yourself, it's a beautiful thing.
18 runs batted in over his last 18 games now for Cole. Briseño at third, Calhoun at second, 1 out. David Fletcher, the leadoff man up. Fletcher lifted a fly ball to center field in his first at bat. Cole now with 34 runs batted in.
It's a good time for Fletcher to really try to drive the ball and take a shot at it.
Infield in, down the line, that is just foul. Quick call by the third base umpire, Ted Barrett.
Ted, one of the good ones in all of baseball. Really, really good man. I always like working with him. I told Ted one time, Ted, I'm not that good, man. You got to give me more of the plate. We're going to be out here all day. He said, I got you, D-Train.
Did he?
No, out in the fourth. Out in the fourth.
Infield in on the right side. That's out to center field. It'll be deep enough to score. Briseño going back as Heredia at the track makes the catch. Briseño will score. Calhoun to third. 3-0 Angels. Fletcher picks up his 12th RBI.
like I talked about before, he swung at the first 2 pitches. Love this approach. You know, hitters are licking their chops. You have runners in scoring position with less than 2 outs. You take a chance to really drive the ball. And if you get a ball elevated, you have to put a good swing with authority. He did a good job of that.
Here's Shohei Ohtani, lifted a fly ball to left field in his first at bat, so he's 0 for 1. Takes inside. All right, a left-handed pitcher's perspective on Shohei Ohtani. You're on the mound. What's your approach? What have you seen? Because you're in the studio a lot. You see a lot of highlights.
He's a bigger guy with some length. He wants to get extended. LeBlanc sees that. First 2 pitches, you see fastballs in to try to tie him up. You don't want to have a ball that leaks out over the plate. You've already seen in the highlights when he gets leverage and the ball's out over the plate, he can make that center field wall look very, very close.
RBI opportunity at third base. With 2 outs, 1-1.
Pitch.
Just missed a little bit low, according to Kerwin Danley, who's behind the plate. Ben May at first. Lance Barksdale at second. We mentioned Ted Barrett, the crew chief, at third, the crew for this weekend series. Two-one. Foul back.
Ohtani trying to hit that hole. I like that approach. Make the defense make an adjustment, especially with the ball out over the plate. This is a situation where you got to get tough and you got to compete.
Halos have struck for 3 so far here in the second. Two now. Way upstairs. Full count. Trout is on deck.
Blanc's playing with fire, going up there with 86 miles an hour. That's not enough of velocity for me to beat him upstairs like that.
Ohtani goes down swinging, and the Angels are done here in the second inning. But they strike for 3 runs. They do it on 3 hits. Cole Calhoun remains hot. Big double to get the scoring started. 3-0 as we head to the third. Eight, 9-1 coming up for Seattle. Gamble, Heredia, and Gordon. Heaney's coming off a 1-2-3 second inning. 1 strikeout, 1 hit, 1 hit batter. Gamble looks at a strike.
Nice to get ahead and see him throw the fastball with conviction on the glove side. It's going to open up the slider.
What were you saying?
2-0 Train. I've gotten a couple people out of my day, not a lot, a couple.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Gamble swings and misses on the breaking ball. Briseño on to first. We were talking about it, opened up that strike zone with that slider.
When you're able to throw the fastball with conviction and get it out in front, it makes the hitter have to honor it and really get himself going. Can't hold up on the slider.
Time now for the Tool of the Trade, brought to you by Ram Trucks. Speaking of deliveries.
Hey, who's that guy?
Split screen. Not quite the leg kick of the D-Train.
But everything is a timing mechanism. As you can see, our handbrake is the same. The way we look at the plate, the time of the motion. I mean, it's a beautiful thing to see the lefties work.
Do you use that glove at all as a little,
not
keep
as
hitters off balance?
Not as much as he does, because I was off balance half the time, so I had to worry about myself. But you know, when you're on target, a lot of the timing mechanisms are the same. So, and I'm a big fan of his, so he needs to sign me a jersey.
We'll put the request in. As Guillermo Heredia has a 2-0 count. 225 average, 3 home runs and 12 runs batted in. He'll foul this one off. 2-1. How difficult was it for you with those mechanics, leg kick and the timing? Did you always have that timing, or did you struggle a little bit in the minor leagues and you had to refine it as you got older?
Well, as I got older, I had to refine it. That leg kick got lower and lower, but at the same time, it was just about reps. And, you know, as you can see me in the suit, I don't have a lot of torso. So it was easy for me to get my leg up, but it was just all about just repeating your delivery. But for me, it was more just timing and when to get my glove and my arm out into that arm slot, and it's the same thing. Everyone has a little quirky hitch in their windup or their delivery that gives them the timing mechanism to get going.
Heredia with the 1-out single puts the man on the top of the order coming up in D. Gordon.
You know, I like watching Andrew because when he's at the top of his windup, he has this little hand hitch, and that tells him to get his hand out of his glove and get going and get on top of the baseball. So everyone has a little thing that they do in their motion, but it's all to get out in front.
Gordon 1 for 1. First pitch of the game, he shot at the left field for a base hit. He raced on a double play ball. Segura hit it to him. Bouncer towards second base. Gordon falls down. It's an easy double play, and you don't see that too often. That's, you know what, when you're that fast, the feet sometimes don't work.
Yeah, that's a little home cookie. We got to water the base pass.
Home plate got him.
Home plate got him.
A drive to success with Mike Trout coming to the plate. It seems like every day we're coming up with some sort of new statistic. How about this one? 20th stolen base yesterday. Second player ever with 5 seasons of 20+ home runs and 20 steals before the age of 27. The other, Darryl Strawberry. So that's a little fish and fruit for you right there. Trout, Strawberry. This one trying to be backhanded by Kyle Seager, and will go, I'd imagine, as an infield base hit.
That ball came up hot.
That's why they call it the hot corner.
Didn't want to get in front of that baseball. And that's how strong he is. Even when he hits the baseball or hits the top half of the baseball, there's not too many third basemen in the game of baseball that could really field that cleanly.
How about wants to field it? Yeah.
Well, If I'm a pitcher and I would give him a hit like that, I'm not even mad at you. I'm not even mad at you. You have a family. No, sir. But again, another situation for J-Up to do some damage, put another quality at bat. You know, this is the game plan. This is the formula for them to have success moving forward.
Justin struck out in the first inning. Trout with 20 stolen bases on the year has been caught once. Takes outside.
Like his approach, very calm, very collective. Understands what LeBlanc's trying to get him to do, to hit the ball to the left side, maybe roll over. Shoot him to the right side, J-Up.
Now you know Justin very well.
Very
you
well.
guys are very close. He came over last year in September. Obviously filled a big hole for the Angels in left field. It's been kind of a revolving door for several seasons. This one's down there. Nice dig by Zunino. 2 balls and no strikes. Had such a monster year with men in scoring position last year, but since he's come over, it's been a struggle for him. Is it perhaps? Is it the pressure of batting behind Trout? I got to be the guy that protects Trout. It's
a lot of pressure. I think it's a combination maybe of the contract, but the pressure to live up to the contract and be that guy and be that focal point. He understands his importance in that lineup, and as the team struggles, he struggles with the ball club. He's got to be able to have quality at bats. He understands they're going to pitch around Trout almost every single day. So he's got to play better, especially offensively. And but just relax, man. Just be J-Up, man. Just be yourself. Have fun, man. We're in a beautiful ballpark, great fans. You know, it's easier said than done when we're all we're outside, you know, in the booth. But he's a good kid. He loves the game of baseball. Comes from an athletic background. And when he squares that ball up, he's one of the strongest in baseball.
2-0. Fouls this one back.
See, that's the ball he can't miss.
Right.
That's the baseball where it's like, and he understands that.
I would imagine that, and he's had a number of those opportunities that with what he's already thinking about, and then all of a sudden you get that and you miss that pitch, all of a sudden it compounds the problem. It just all of a sudden speeds up even more so for you.
And it doesn't matter how much you're making in the game. You want to be successful, especially when you understand your talent level and what you can do in that lineup.
Ground ball toward short. Segura gloves it, feeds Gordon for 1, double play, 2 down.
And LeBlanc got him to do exactly what he wanted to do, is hit the top half of the baseball right at somebody. Executed a great pitch, but again, he's got to let himself and allow himself to let that baseball get deep and really hit it with authority to the right side. But it's easier said than done, man. That's why I'm sitting in the booth.
Bases clear for Albert. Leadoff double to the second. Got it started for the Angels. 16th double of the season.
Watch Albert's approach. He's still looking center to right center. He understands that he cannot beat him with his velocity in the inner half, so he can just look away and react in.
Ground ball left side, but with the shift on, that's D. Gordon, the second baseman. Angels are done here in the third. We'll head to the fourth inning. Halos on top. Nothing. Let's take a look at StatCast AI powered by AWS. A couple of defensive gems today as far as the double plays are concerned. Segura bouncing one to Fletcher. And that was in the first inning. And then in the third inning, Andrew Heaney getting D. Gordon. Gave it right to Ian Kinsler. Gordon didn't quite register on the StatCast as he was laying down in the left-handed batter's box, and we couldn't get a measurement of that speed.
A little too fast out the box.
Yeah. Segura leads things off. He'll be followed by Haniger and Cruz. That's drilled out towards center, playable for Trout. Got Gene to chase that one down low.
Love him winning that matchup for Heaney early in the bat. Save your pitches so you can go deep in the ball game.
By the way, talking about D. Gordon double plays, that's the 6th double play that he's hit into this season. 5 against the Angels in 50 at bats. He had 2 in one game back on May the 6th. Doesn't happen often, but it happens, I guess, often against the Angels.
The only way you're going to double him up is if he hits the ball directly at a position player.
Haniger takes a strike on the corner.
Good pitch.
Mitch was hit by a pitch, a breaking ball down and in that clipped him.
Bet you Arizona wants Haniger back. And Segura. Right. You see how the type of players they've developed in Seattle. But that happens, you know. Guys get a chance to play every day, and then they get their comfort level and, you know, emerge as stars for their ball club.
Bouncer left side. Fletcher, what a job going back on it. Man, he's smooth over there.
David Eckstein, but a little more athletic.
It's our Arco top tier play of the night. It's David Fletcher backpedaling a little bit and making that decision quickly.
And showing the arm strength, throwing off the back foot right there, making it easy. Beltre-esque right there.
Funny mention David Eckstein. That was his favorite player growing up. So Cruz takes a breaking ball.
David used to wear me out and then tell me God bless you. It's like you can't knock down a guy that tells you God bless you. I'm trying to get in those pearly gates, baby. I can't do that. So heck of a ball player though.
Did you ever tell him to stop it?
You can't, because you want those blessings. You want those blessings, but
don't do this to me now,
yeah,
David.
exactly.
Don't do this to me now.
That was a good sinker, though, Train. You hit a double. What are you talking about? But a really, really fun competitor. I always enjoy playing against him.
2-0 to Nelson. He'll lift this one on the right side. Shallow right field. Kinsler going out. Kinsler can't find it. Calhoun does. And there's a 1-2-3 fourth inning for the Angels. We'll head to the bottom of the fourth. Halos on top. Get a great deal, more than a great deal on all new Hyundai vehicles. See your Hyundai dealer today. By Carl's Jr., the tempting El Diablo Thick Burger has returned to Carl's Jr. Pick it up before it's gone. And by your Southern California Cadillac dealers. 3-0 Halos here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Angel Simmons to lead things off. Kinsler to follow, then Briseño. Angels made a couple of roster moves before the game today as Simba takes outside for ball one. Eric Young Jr. is up with the big club. Called up today. Jabari Blash was sent down to AAA Salt Lake. The Angels had to transfer John Lamb, who's out with the surgery, to the 60-day DL to make room for EY. See him back in the big leagues. This one's fouled back.
Might be my first fly ball.
Nope, not quite. Just be ready. Coming in hot in here. Just ask Gooby.
How's Goob on that?
He's
what's his fielding percentage?
This year he's having an off season this year.
Come on, Goob. Nice to see EY Jr. back in the big leagues, man. Love his smile, love his work. Really, really good for the locker room.
That's drilled out to center field. Heredia giving chase back toward the warning track, and he'll haul it in. Man, he can cover some ground in center field.
He can go get that baseball like Trout, man. I love the way he's covering. Great angle. Man, I thought that ball's gonna land.
Carl's Cam replay. Let's go back to yesterday. That's Dylan Covey on the mound. Ian Kinsler at the plate, hanging breaking ball. You hang it, I bang it. That's usually the same, right?
Yeah, and he made the one mistake in the one area that you can't to Kinsler, and that's inner third. He turns and burns, and he made a living off beating guys in a half.
Said safely 9 of his last 10 games at home run, as we mentioned, his 13th. He walked and scored in his first plate appearance.
That first pitch was off.
Fouled it. Didn't mean to swing. He was trying to hold up. Just got a piece of that changeup.
If I'm a hitter on the Angels right now, if he throws me a first pitch, a fastball LeBlanc, I'm looking for something off speed the second pitch. He's rarely going to double up with the fastball any part of the zone. Look for something off speed, something slow. Take him right back up the box.
And he takes an 85-mile-per-hour fastball for a strike, 2 down. Third strikeout for LeBlanc. I was just going to follow up on that comment that you just made, that especially when you've got a guy that's throwing 85, because he's not necessarily going to beat you at 85 miles per hour inside, even if you are looking away.
You get so hungry though.
Right.
You know, you're licking your chops, so to speak, because of the velocity, and especially in the division, they're so used to facing the Houston Astros where they got huge fireballers. But this is a guy that's made a living, especially this year, to be able to slow everyone down. So then when he does throw his 86, 87 miles of fastball, it looks like 95, 96 because he's kind of lured those guys to sleep at the plate.
2 balls, no strikes on Briseño. Flared a single to right field and scored in the second. LeBlanc clearly didn't like that baseball.
Every time I did that, I got a ball that was worse. Every time I do that.
It's 2-0 and it's the baseball's fault, right?
Oh, man.
Not operator error. It's the baseball's fault.
I like his attitude on that swing. You're ahead of the count. You want to have a high leverage swing, but at the same time, your sights have to stay in the center of the diamond, or he's going to get you to roll over to the shortstop or the third baseman.
Two on. He's in.
Nice sequence, though. Nice sequence, even though he missed.
Kind of looks like Jamie Moyer a little bit, doesn't he?
Jamie was beautiful at that. Oh, man, he struck out a lot of Marlins, boy. Oh, man.
And a walk with 2 outs.
Nice at bat.
Third, base on balls. Briseño's been on twice, and here comes Calhoun.
Dan Uggla, a close friend of mine, he said there's nothing worse than striking out on a ball that you literally can see going across the plate at 82 miles an hour. But Jamie was beautiful at setting guys up like that.
Pitched a long time,
long time.
Seattle Mariner.
Wore the stirrup socks too, classic.
Cole, a 2-run double into the right field corner of the second. 9th double of the year, now with 34 runs batted in. Just a second 3-walk game for LeBlanc this year. The other was back on June the 6th against Houston at Minute Maid. 1 ball, 1 strike. LeBlanc's coming off a start in which he struck out 10, walked 1 against the Chicago White Sox. Went 7 1/3 in that one through 84 pitches. He's a guy who's not going to stay in the game very long. 98 pitches, his season high.
Well, you don't want him going through the lineup a third time, excuse me. That's when the percentages start to get up and he gets tired. Stuff starts to stay up in the zone and you can't miss up in the zone. So they want him to be able to get some quality innings and get it to their bullpen. Their bullpen's one of the best bullpens in all of baseball. Cole hitting 280 since he's come off the DL. I love the adjustments that he made with his hands, and he's trust himself, and you see the confidence coming back at the plate.
Oh, he gets him to chase that high fastball, and the Angels are done here. The 4th, we're off to the 5th. The opener of this 3-game set against Seattle. The Angels on top 3-0. Montreal likes this one, but that's Vladimir Guerrero.
Listen, the best thing about this highlight, did you see Paul LaDuca as soon as he hits the ball up? What time's the bus and what's for dinner? Game over. I went 7 innings that game, and I battled with him all day long. He made me throw a lot of pitches, man, but it was fun. It was a good battle that day.
Why was he leaning? That ball was well into the bullpen. Wasn't even close to the foul pole.
It's like when I strike my 5-iron. I got to watch it sometimes. I got to watch it sometimes.
It's kind of like the Tiger twirl.
You got to do that.
You got to twirl it.
I twirl when it's flying out of bounds. I J-Up. Me and J-Up play all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have a good time.
As long as you look good, right? That's all that matters. Seager, Healy, and Zunino for Seattle here in the 5th. Angels up 3-0.
Good pitch. That's what we talked about earlier, being able to establish that fastball on the glove side, making Seager honor it. He's looking for a slider, something that's hanging in the middle of the zone so he could turn and burn.
Seager grounded out to Pujols. The 2nd inning. Lines this from the left side. Glove by Andrelton Simmons to the backhand. Gets Seager for the out. There's that Gold Glove Award winner.
I told him earlier, man, you got gold sprinkled all over that shortstop position, man. Heck of a ball player. And that's tough for the ball to be slicing away. He gathers himself, knows how much time he has, makes a beautiful throw. Definitely a pleasure to watch. That's how you get a steak Oscar style at Mastro. Yeah, the crab meat on top of that. You
don't even have to ask for it. They just know. You walk in and look at you and they go, Oscar style.
We're going to need the butter cake too for that one too. Yes, sir. We have a good time. Nice play.
I went with the chocolate layer cake last
night
with the moose.
You have to take a walk after that.
I ran all the way home.
Oh, man.
Ryan Healy, a fly ball to center field in his first AB, behind at 0-1. Line to left center field, Upton on his horse, racing back, reaches up, makes the catch, 2 down. Aren't you supposed to stand up in the booth now, wave to him?
Look, I've never seen him move that fast. So I'm definitely impressed by him. But, you know, that's what happens when you work at a good pace as a pitcher. You keep your defense on their toes. They're into the game. It's a beautiful thing, man.
I'm glad you said that because we talk about that so often. Zunino lifts one down the line. Always playable for Calhoun if he's near it, near the wall. Reaches up, that is over his glove and into the seats for a home run. 3-1 Angels. Zunino hits his 13th of the season, 30th run batted in. You never know with Cole because he always seems to be in position to make a play. A 2-out blast here in the 5th.
And I talked about it earlier. That's why Zunino is definitely dangerous. He can mishit a baseball and still knock the cover off it. Fastball away, out over the plate, wants to get leverage. He's made a living doing that.
Ground ball to short. Simmons throws out Gamble, so Heaney, no problem, gets it right back, gets the out. Mariners get on the board. Halos up 3-1 as we head to the bottom of the 5th. Rivalries is renewed. Cubs taking on the Cardinals. Coverage begins at 12:30 p.m. Pacific on FS1 or stream it live on the Fox Sports app. Hear a different voice on the broadcast. Dontrell Willis joining us for the weekend. Mark Gubizza, Mark Langston, Tim Salmon et al. In Cooperstown, New York for the Hall of Fame induction ceremony on Sunday for Vladimir Guerrero. David Fletcher leading things off. He'll be followed by Ohtani and Trout. LeBlanc has struck out 4. He's walked 3. And he's allowed 4 hits. Fletcher 0 for 1 with a sac fly in the second. 12th RBI. Takes inside. It's a 1-2 count.
Like this kid's approach. He knows how to hit in certain situations so far in this ball game. Really like his game.
Reaching forward, shoots it out to left center field. It's a leadoff single.
Great approach. He saw the changeup and didn't try to do too much with that changeup. Usually guys try to get big, and that's when you roll over to the shortstop of their baseman. Yeah, really liking this kid's game. He understands baseball. I really like his approach.
I like the fact he's able, even on that off-speed down, the hands stay back. And keep the hands back a little bit. Even though the weight goes forward, you're still giving yourself a shot to get the bat through the zone.
That's all about being relaxed at the plate and understanding the situations and letting him come to you. Don't use yourself to get out. And that's a part of LeBlanc's game. Let guys use their aggression to get themselves out. He understands he can't beat me in, so let this ball just come over the plate, fillet it over the shortstop.
Shohei's 0 for 2. Bounces this one foul. No balls, 2 strikes. Fly ball to left. The first struck out in the second.
He charged that baseball right there, you know, and I like that situation. You have a hole over there. And see right here, they have a huge shift going on. Trust yourself to see that ball over the plate, get another knock, and if you go to that left side, you'll have a first and third situation.
Not a big lead for Fletcher at first. Shohei strikes out on the off-speed pitch. 1 down.
He has him in between at the plate right now. He doesn't know where he's going to go with the baseball or the type of pitch, and that's tough when you're having yourself on the heels. You're guessing out there, so you can't. You have to have a situation where I'm going to pick a side of a plate, I'm going to give him a side of the plate, and go from there and attack him that way.
Here's Trout walking a single. It was just going to add to what you're talking about with Shohei. Instead of trying to cover the entire plate, especially because he's had limited plate appearances against left-handed pitchers, especially of late, go up there each time, say, I'm going to pick one half of the plate and I'm going to focus in on that half of the plate. If he beats me away, he beats me away. But kind of that way you get an idea of at least tracking in a particular zone, and you start seeing arm slots and get more used to it with each at-bat.
Film after tonight, see the way that he attacked them, and then formulate a game plan. But the only way you're going to do that is reps on the field. And so this is all plus for him moving forward and really evolving as a really big-time big league baseball player. So you know, regardless of how he does tonight, you need him to have his reps and see what he can cover, see how guys are trying to attack him. But this is all good for him. Regardless of how he plays tonight, this is good for him. He needs to see lefties, because that's, you know, what he needs to do to really be the best ball player he can be.
1-1. 2 balls and a strike. The Angels will face another left-hander on Sunday, Marco Gonzalez. Two-one. A few times you see Trout go outside the zone. It's 2-2.
But LeBlanc, he makes hitters want to be aggressive. And you finally see that straight change. You're thinking it's a fastball over the plate, and it never gets to you.
Zunino back outside, and that is just upstairs.
And again, like I talked about, now that 85 looks like it has a ton of life, and it makes the hitter think. Hitters don't want to think at the plate. You know, they just want to be able to see the ball, hit the ball, and react.
Upped it on deck. Leadoff single for Fletcher. One out here in the fifth. Angels up 3-1. And he'll take a called strike 3. 85-mile-per-hour fastball. Back-to-back strikeouts for LeBlanc. 2 outs.
He didn't think he's going to come across the plate right there. So sometimes you got to tip. You have to tip your cap.
Take a look at our Nissan pitch cast.
Ooh, well executed fastball right there.
Really hides the ball well. I think that's been the biggest turnaround for LeBlanc in his career.
Everything comes off the same arm slot, the same plane, so it makes the hitter guess.
Courtesy throw to first with Fletcher over there. Upton 0 for 2, a strikeout in the first inning, a double play ball in the third. That's drilled out toward left, kind of off the end of the bat a little bit, so it'll stay in the ballpark. Gamble tracks it down in front of the warning track for the third out. So that leadoff single stranded. We'll head to the sixth inning. The Angels still leading it. A proud sponsor of Angels baseball. And by Heffernan Insurance Brokers. Insurance and financial services for you and your business. Visit hefins.com. Angels on top by the score of 3-1. We start the sixth inning. Andrew Heaney will face 9-1-2, and so far, so good, Train. 45 pitches for Andrew Heaney through 5 innings. 11, 10, 10, 8, and 6 respectively.
Well, knock on wood, but I love his pace. We talked about that earlier. Early contact, getting outs, trusting the defense. And again, it's fun when everybody's in the ball game in tune, and you know, like I said, staying down and keeping guys for the most part in the ballpark seems to be the key for him today.
Gave up the home run to Zunino, and then got a 1 pitch out on Gamble to get out of the fifth. Heredia, the center fielder, picked up a single in the third, one of 3 hits allowed by Andrew.
It's key after a home run to really show the other ball club that you're not scared to miss their bats and go right into the strike zone again.
2-1 count.
Big inning for him to put a 0 up.
Good fastball, 2-2. This is Andrew's third start against Seattle. He's struggled against them this year. 10 innings, 12 hits, 8 runs, 7 earned. 0-2 with a 6.30 ERA, but he's a different guy tonight.
Well, Cruz and Seager have a lot of success against him, and when the harder the lineup does damage against you, more often than not, you're not being successful in that ball game.
That was his 50th pitch.
Good
2-2,
pitch.
got him looking, froze him. Third strikeout for Heaney.
Like we talked about earlier, the inner half is key for him to be able to throw that fastball and throw it with conviction. Love the late life. Picasso, baby, paint it. Fastball is just so easy coming out of his hand, man. It's effortless. I love it.
One ball, one strike. Gordon 1 for 2, a single in the first, a double play ball in the third. 1 run, 3 hits, 1 left on for Seattle, 3 runs, 5 hits, 4 left on for the Angels. Stay tuned during the 7th inning stretch for the Arco game break with Patrick O'Neill and Adam Kennedy.
This time right here, either a fastball in to make him honor it or a slider away. But it has to be down.
And there it is. Briseño keeps the ball in front of him. Throws the Pujols on the move. 2 down.
Nice sequence right there. The good old whooper duper. The nice breaking ball down in the zone. Can't do much damage with that. Us pitchers say live low, live long. Nice sequence.
Segura lines one out to right field. Cole coming on, and he will glove it before it hits the ground. A 1-2-3 6th inning for Andrew Heaney. Taking on the Mariners to wrap up this 3-game set. The first 10,000 kids in attendance receive a Youth Trout jersey, courtesy of Angels Radio AM 830, while supplies last. For information, go to angels.com. Albert Pujols leading things off for the Angels here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Halos up 3-1. Pujols followed by Simmons and then Kinsler. Albert 1 for 2, a double and a ground out. Out of the count at 2 balls, no strikes.
Playing with fire, falling behind the machine.
'77 pitches, 44 for strikes. 6 strikeouts, 3 walks. Ground ball over to third on a 3-0 pitch. 1 down.
Hopefully this inning the Angels offense can give some quality of bats so they can give Heaney a rest. This pace is starting to pick up, you know. I faced Cliff Lee one time and he threw 10 balls the whole game. Every time I got a sip of water, it was strike 3 and I had to go back out there. So, you know, being able to save your legs and, you know, chill out for a second.
Movement now in the Mariners bullpen.
LeBlanc trying to really do that backdoor slider. He doesn't have a lot of feel with it today. Really had to go to that changeup to get a little finishing pitch and get some action from the Angel hitters so far.
Bouncer left side. Seager can't get it. Segura can. Plants throws on first. But Andrelton slowed up right before he got to the bag. If he keeps running through, I think he beats it.
I don't know. Gene was kind of shocked when he got on his back foot, saw that he had a lot of time, gathered himself, and made a good throw across the diamond. But, you know,
hopefully there's nothing wrong. Right there, he pulls up.
Ooh, yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that. A little concerned, especially with this lower half, man. Needs him to make sure he's healthy and he's okay. You know, it's a dog day in August, and, you know, guys start to get fatigued, and the lower half goes first.
2 outs. Kinsler takes a strike. Ian with a walk and a strikeout looking. Lines one out toward the left field corner. It is hooking. This one is foul. Not by much. Just out in front of it. 1 ball, 1 strike.
I thought it was Fisk-esque. Yeah. With the foul pole in play. But best believe that now LeBlanc's going to throw a changeup or a slider away, trying to get him to roll over to the third baseman or shortstop. A nice shiny changeup.
Half-hearted swing, fooled on the off-speed pitch. LeBlanc has it in a 1-2-3-6.
That changeup behind door number 2.
probables for the rest of this weekend series, and it looks like this. That right there is Jaime Barrio. He's going up against Felix Hernandez, 8-8 with a 5.14 ERA. Speaking of someone that is kind of at that stage in his career, has to kind of reinvent himself. That's a lot of mileage on that arm for Felix.
Yeah, he's having a lot of issues trusting his stuff and pitching at the velocity. He's not used to pitching at 90 to 92 miles an hour. His split finger at that velocity is not as effective. Guys can see the ball longer, so he's not getting the swing and misses that he's used to getting. So it's a humbling experience, but now, you know, you have to fight and learn how to get guys out a different way.
7th inning, Haniger, Cruz, Seager for Seattle. 57th pitch of the night, bounce to the left side. Simmons comes charging in, off balance throw. Haniger retired. A lot of first pitch swinging for Seattle tonight.
Yeah, they must have somewhere to go. Maybe the Astros. But that's good. Early contact's good. Not being afraid to come across the zone, down, and trusting your defense, man. The guys are enjoying that. And that goes into having good at bats. When guys play well in defensive side of the baseball, all of a sudden you see guys really having good at bats, really having polished at bats moving forward.
You force yourself to work at a quick pace?
Yeah, but sometimes you work too quick. You know, you still have to see your progression, see what you're trying to do. And, you know, for me, guys like to slow me down sometimes, you know, so you know, it's a give and take, but, you know, he's done a great job of working at his pace where he can control and see what he's doing.
Nelson Cruz takes a breaking ball for a strike. Nelson, the DH, 0 for 2 with a strikeout, the fly ball to right.
Heaney already 14 out of 20 first pitch strikes, so throwing the ball with a lot of confidence early and often.
Just off the plate.
I like that pitch right there. Throw it again.
Out toward right center field. Hit well. Trout will pull up. That one is gone. Opposite field home run for Nelson Cruz. His 23rd of the season. It's a 1-run lead for the Angels. 3-2 here in the 7th. Fifth he's hit against the Angels this season.
That's a poorly executed breaking ball right there, right in the heart of the zone. And this was a matchup with Cruz and Seager that I wanted him to win because both those batters have had success against him with a handful of bats already.
Seager launches one out to right center field. Trout going back at the wall. Leaps up and he got it. 2 down as Trout does it again. Take a look at We Make It Easy, brought to you by SoCal Toyota.
I mean, at this point, how many times have you seen him do that? I mean, it's become an art. He knew exactly how much time he had, where the wall was. He took his time. I mean, I don't know who does it better, him, Griffey, Torrey Hunter, some of the greats, man, but it's become second nature for him.
He's not boring, that's for sure.
He has to laugh at himself at this point. It's a beautiful thing to watch.
Ryan Healy takes a strike. You gotta be careful with Healy. He's 0 for 2. Fly ball to center, fly ball to left. 21 home runs on the season for Mariner first baseman.
This Seattle offense has a lot of depth, especially in the power department, and they can break out at any moment. So you have to continue to stay focused even after giving up a home run and continue to pound the strike zone.
Sharply hit right to Kinsler. And again, another quick, lot of loud outs, but you know what? You'll take them.
Hey, they're outs in the book, but this is a situation where you're getting the second time, third time in the lineup. got to be able to execute pitches down in the zone.
Time now for the Arco game break with Patrick O'Neill and Adam Kennedy.
Okay, hey. Right for the kid. AK, good stuff. That's been your Arco game break. We'll get back to the guys in a minute, but first, here's a word from Arco.
Two more against the Seattle Mariners to wrap up this 10-game homestand, and the Angels will travel to Tampa. Off day on Monday, then the Rays for 3 games, 3 in Cleveland before returning home to take on the Tigers and the Oakland Athletics. And the Angels, after that series, go back out on the road, a 3-city trip: San Diego, Texas, and Arizona.
Not a bad trip right there.
No.
Cool cities right there.
Not bad.
Come to Arizona. Come see D-Train out there in Arizona, baby. It's going to be hot.
Nick, when isn't it hot in Arizona? Nick Vincent's on the mound. 32-year-old veteran. Took silver from Wade LeBlanc, so the Angels now turn their attention to a right-handed pitcher. Vincent, 3-2 with a 3.99 ERA. His 35th appearance. Facing Jose Briseño. Takes a strike, and it's 1-1 strike. 8-9-1 for the Angels here in their half of the 7th. LeBlanc tonight went 6 innings, 5 hits, 6 strikeouts, 3 walks, gave up 3 runs, 3 earned. Briseño 1 for 1 with a single and a walk.
Didn't have his best command, especially with the off-speed pitches on the arm side, but he competed, made pitches when he had to. Besides the big inning in the second, did a heck of a job of keeping the Angels hot hitters off balance so far.
Count even up at 2-2.
Vincent not going to really overpower hitters. Same thing as LeBlanc, wanting you to hit up the top half of the ball, making you hit the ball, beat the ball into the ground.
What a job tonight by Andrew Heaney so far. Bounce foul. You get worried about the hard contact, hard outs. I know outs and out, but now that you're into the 3rd and going into later in a latter stage of this game, although I mean, he's thrown very few pitches.
Made two mistakes,
Yeah.
but you know, the ball game being how it is, gives us a chance to get that bullpen up and give him enough time to warm up and get the matchups that he wants to favor for the Angels. But you know, he's done a great job after the hard contact, executing pitches. Now when you're concerned usually after hard contact, a guy misses the strike zone with 4 straight fastballs, and then that's when things start to snowball. But he's done a great job of coming back into the strike zone. Really, really liking his confidence right now.
Payoff to Briseño. There's a walk, second, picked up by Jose. Leadoff man on board to start the 7th.
This is the inning where they need to get 4 to 5 guys up to really give Heaney some rest. This is key for him to be able to turn over the lineup and again get your teeth another shot.
Picking up some insurance runs wouldn't be bad either.
Not bad at all. Well pitched ball game, well played ball game so far.
Cole tonight a double with 2 RBIs and a strikeout, so he's 1 for 2. One ball, no strikes.
I would have swung at that.
You would have. You were known as a pretty good hitting pitcher.
Ran into a couple baseballs here and there. I think people got a kick to seeing me run the bases, looking like a wild ostrich running around there.
You hit it over the fence, you don't have to run the bases.
Hey, I got 9 of those too.
You could jog. 1-0. Down and in. 2 balls, no strikes. So cut fastball.
Nice situation for Calhoun to really take a shot at this next pitch. Look for something that he can drive out of the ballpark. It's not in his zone, just take it.
10 home runs since coming off the DL on June 18th.
Really, really good approach right here. Take a pitch right here, see if he can find the strike zone. If not, put another runner on, keep the line moving.
Top of the order, Fletcher on deck. 3-0 from Vincent.
Game plan doesn't change, has to be in your zone. Now you see as the count favors, the shift changes. They know he's pull happy, he wants to be aggressive. It's ahead in the count.
Three 3-1, pulled foul.
Almost still got it through.
You said you could swing the bat. Here's a little flashback for you. Swinging the bat. Grand slam. Stadium. Who's that off of?
Off Lima time. God rest his soul. He was a good man. But I had something on him. And us in Florida, we're good about stealing signs and stealing pitches from guys. When he went up, if this glove was to his chest, he was throwing a changeup. And I picked it up. And as soon as his glove went up, I said changeup and clipped him. I used to love killing the Mets, though. Made a living killing off them.
Underneath this one on a 3-2 pitch out to shallow right. Haniger comes in. And Briseño back to first, 1 down.
Got a little big on that swing, especially 3-2. And that's a pitch that Cole knows he needs to square up a little bit better, especially the way he worked the count. Give a better at bat in that situation. Got action in the bullpens for Seattle.
Got Ohtani on deck, then Trout if we get that far. So they're trying to crank up a lefty. I'd imagine that's James Pazos as Fletcher takes a strike. David 1 for 2, a fly ball to center, sac fly and a single. There's Pazos.
And they got him hurrying down there too. I think the matchup is for Ohtani.
Can't imagine that Ohtani coming up on deck snuck up on him. He's been in the lineup the entire game.
Somebody disconnected the phones down there. They had to send a text. Somebody.
Morse code or something.
And that was one thing for me. I could not make the adjustment going from starting to bullpen. You have to be a different breed of man to go in that bullpen and get ready within 8 to 10 pitches, knowing the situation, because it can vary from pitch to pitch, batter to batter. Remember in the postseason, I had the matchup with Barry Bonds, and I literally warmed up every time he was in the hole. So it was a situation where I had to save my arrows, but after 80 pitches in the bullpen, they had to put me in the game. Threw 4 pitches to Barry, got him to fly out to the third baseman and fist pumped him.
Couple of throws to first base. That's just to give Pazos an opportunity to get ready. The bullpen. 0-1. Off speed inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bradford right-handers join Pazos. 1-1 to Fletch. Senya's on the move. Line to second. It's going to turn into a double play. So they put a hit and run on. Did not work. We'll head to the 8th inning. The Angels up a run. Mobile Mookie Betts in a 3-3 game. No more. Walks it off for the Boston Red Sox over the Minnesota Twins in 10 innings. The Red Sox with their 72nd win of the season. That is most in baseball. Start of the day, they had a 4.5 game lead over the New York Yankees. Yankees were postponed with the Royals tonight.
I mean, Mookie Betts, between Trout, Betts, JD Martinez, I'll still buy a ticket with my 4 daughters to go watch those guys play. Hot dogs for everybody.
About that, 64 pitches for Andrew Heaney as we start the 8th inning. Fewest by his Angel starters through 7th. It's Bert B. Home Blyleven, Hall of Famer, since it is Hall of Fame induction weekend in Cooperstown.
11 straight first pitches. He is working at a great pace, great confidence, man, and his mechanics are in tune. And every pitcher has that rhythm and comfort zone right now. He seems to be in it, and that's what I mean. Even after the big home runs, he still bear down and focus, and that's the key. When somebody hits you, you have to be able to hit back.
Zunino touched him for that home run of the 5th inning to get the Mariners on the board. His 13th of the year. 0-2 just off the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bottom third of the order for Seattle. Zunino, Gamble, and Heredia. Line to left field. Upton's got to go back. It's turned around. This one goes to the wall. Zunino's on his way to second with a double.
The only thing I'm thinking of is that ball must have knuckled off the bat and really turned Jay up around right there. Tough route.
Tying run now, second, 8th double of the year for Zunino. That's Ben Gamble coming up. Still just 68 pitches for Heaney. 4 strikeouts, 5 hits allowed, 1 hit batter.
This is a situation where Heaney has to get tough and get him yourself. It's the term we like to use. Be able to come up with a big strikeout so they can't advance the runner to third base.
Gamble takes a strike. Now, if you're the starting pitcher, you're at 69 pitches in the 8th inning, a leadoff double, you're up a run, and you look out in your bullpen, you see action beginning. How chapped are you?
It's a situation of the ball game, only up 3-2. You know, you're going to be really chapped if you get an L.
Yeah, but wouldn't you rather get the L yourself as opposed to
I never wanted to come out of the game, so absolutely. But this is a situation where you got to get tough and be able to execute pitches lefty on lefty. You have to win this matchup right here, especially the bottom of their lineup. You have to be able to get these outs and stop those guys from advancing the runner.
Hansel Robles first man up. He had some issues command-wise in his last appearance. Gamble 0 for 2, a strikeout in the third, a ground down to Simmons in the fifth. Breaking ball. It'll get the job done, meaning Zunino will advance to third, but you get the first down of the eighth.
And Heaney actually got away with that breaking ball. That was up in the zone. Chance for Gamble to really drive it, and he hit the top half of the ball, but now situation where this could be your outing in the game.
Romine comes in to pinch run now for Zunino. Andrews over at third.
Slow yourself down. See your progressions. What you want to execute right here has to be down in the zone and want to get him at the top half of the ball, hard on the ground on one of your infielders.
Infield in for the Angels. Already a 1 for 2. First pitch. Oh, little flare.
Oh,
Kinsler
no.
racing out there, not going to get there with the infield in. Ties this game up at 3. So Heredia picks up his 13th run batted in and his second hit of the night.
Fastball was just out and up enough for him to be able to fight it over the head of Kinsler, and that's what I mean, staying down, living low, living long. If that ball's down, that ball jams him and he hits the ground ball to Kinsler, but because it's up, he's able to be Jeter-esque and fight it off. RBI single.
To 1 out, 1 on. Top of the order now, D. Gordon. Gordon 1 for 3. He'll take a breaking ball for a strike. Like to have that leadoff double back. The ball that turned Justin around out in left field. That was a 2-strike pitch too.
Yeah,
to Zunino.
And again, you have to win the matchup, especially at the bottom of the order.
Showing bunt takes low, 1 ball and strike.
Don't allow this high-powered offense to be able to turn the lineup over. But now that the teeth of the lineup, because of that, they have another shot. It's definitely a pitch that he wanted to get back.
One and 2.
It's important for Heaney right now, even though the ball game's tied, not to let that ball game get away from him and then take the lead. So you still have to work. Still a heck of an outing. Good job to get deep in the ball game and compete for your ball club, because you still need this W. But that hit definitely took the life out of the stadium.
Yeah, it's tough. Angels scored 3 in the second. This one slapped past a diving Fletcher down the line. Heredia will turn and stop right there as Upton gets the baseball back in. So Gordon picks up his second hit of the night. And you've got speed on the bases with Gene Segura due up.
Nice piece of hitting by D. Gordon, but again, now you're seeing late in the ball game, even though he's not throwing a lot of pitches, he's gotten up and down a lot, and now his legs are starting to go. You're seeing him starting to miss up in the zone. That's where you could tell where a guy's starting to get fatigued out there. He's starting to miss up, and now it's like, all right, we need to start getting somebody going, so because this might be his last batter. We're going to give him a little more time in the bullpen to warm up, but teeth of the lineup coming up, it's important. Just because he hasn't thrown a lot of pitches, he's still gotten up and gotten down. That takes a lot out of you. That's why when guys are rehabbing, coming back, they tell you to throw 15 pitches, sit down, throw another 15 pitches, sit down, simulate that, because that takes a lot out of you, especially your legs.
Segura tonight 0 for 3. Takes just off the plate. Robles is ready to go in the bullpen. Just looking on now. Segura grounded a double play in the first inning, hit one to center in the fourth, one to right in the sixth. That was that sinking liner that Cole made a nice play on. Ready at second, Gordon at first. A good speed for Seattle. This one fouled off 1-1.
Still showing some life with that fastball, but I like him to definitely get down to the knee high. He's missing with a lot of pitches, thigh to mid high, and that's how you get beaten. You have to respect Segura's power because he could turn and burn with the best of them as well. You saw what he did in the All-Star game. So still have to respect his power.
One or two.
Good pitch right there.
Solo runs for Seattle, home runs in the 5th and 7th innings. Zunino and Nelson Cruz both going the opposite way. Double by Zunino here in the 8th, moved to third on the ground out, then Heredia a little flare beyond the drawn-in infield to tie it up. 1-2. Check swing. He went around. It looked like he went around. Yes, he did. Two down. Big strikeout.
Big strikeout. I was either going to say go fastball up, but because he's a little fatigued, you can get beat. But he's been doing a great job throwing that slider down in the zone and making the hitters honor it. Look at that nice spin right there. There's nothing he can do with that baseball but hit it foul or swing over it.
There's Mitch Haniger, more than likely with Cruz on deck, last batter for Heaney. Haniger hit by a pitch, a ground out to third and one to short. Looking for the third out here in the 8th, trying to keep it a 3-3 game. Bouncer to Fletcher. Comes in, he'll go across the diamond. There it is. They do tie it up, however. We will head to the bottom of the 8th inning. Still all in all a terrific outing for Andrew Heaney. The Angels have Ohtani, Trout, and Upton coming up. Baseball 18 delivers all new franchise mode and much more. RBI Baseball 18 available now. Learn more at rbigame.com. Rated E for everyone. 3-3, bottom of the 8th inning. And the pitching change. Alex Colomé takes over for Seattle's Andrew Heaney. Went 8 innings tonight. Technically still in the game. 3 runs and 7 hits. 5 strikeouts, no walks, 1 hit batter. Averaging just 10 pitches per inning. Time for the Angels offense to get something here in this 8th inning, at least give them an opportunity to pick up a dub piece. Colomé coming on for the 47th time this year, 24th wearing the Mariners uniform. 1-0 with a 3.38 ERA with Seattle. 21 1/3 innings, 21 strikeouts, and 5 walks. Guy that has gone back to, he's always had a nice arm, but throwing more fastballs. Used to be just a slider guy, and the occasional fastball, he's kind of flipped that around.
And you know, that happens when guys start to lose command or feel or get beat with that pitch. He's given up 14 hits his last 14 appearances, so it's tough for that. But you know, you see the closers go into the 8th inning roll, 7th inning roll, and they kind of get affected by that because that's a different kind of energy, different type of beast. But hopefully the Angels can put a good at bat against them.
Ohtani hitless today. A couple of strikeouts. 1-0. That is in there for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Chris Herman's the new catcher. Remember, Romine pinch ran for Zunino.
And this is tough for Ohtani right now because he goes from LeBlanc, who throws anywhere from 84 to 86, and now you have Colomé that can throw anywhere from 94 to 97 miles an hour. So he's really going to have to get his bat speed going.
Two balls, 1 strike.
If he's going to stay away, man, take that ball to the left side and get yourself a knock. Maybe even a double if he gets close to that line. Or just go deep.
2-1 pitch. Outside 3-1 with Trout on deck. So Ohtani's first plate appearance against Colomé.
I'd take a shot at this fastball right here.
Shift on, 3 infielders on the right side. 3-1. And Ohtani rips one and loved by D. Gordon. That ball was smoked.
Oh, man.
1 down. Couldn't hit a ball any harder.
Ohtani heard me, though. Oh, man. That's an aggressive approach you want from the teeth of your lineup. You see a ball, and really he hit the top half of that baseball. If he squares that ball anymore, that ball is definitely in the stands.
Trout 1 for 2 with a walk and a single. Paul Ohtani just hit 110 miles per hour off the bat. Mike's had some success against Colomé, 3 for 10 with 2 home runs, 4 RBIs. Oh, 1.
Oh. Cut fastball at 92 miles an hour.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean. If you have a good feel of that pitch, that puts another element into the hitter's mind. Check that baseball, as we say. Balls don't move like that usually, especially at that velocity.
Colomé.
Second
Reset. Oakland lost tonight 3-1 to Colorado. Texas beat Houston 11-2. So Seattle clearly looking at things and saying we could pick up a game here.
Much needed in that locker room.
As are the Angels upstairs. 1-2. You think that step off, but Colomé is a guy that wasn't necessarily had the conviction to deliver the pitch that was just called.
Like I said earlier, the worst thing you can do is throw a pitch that you're not sure of. I think the percentage guys are hitting 1,000 off me when I second guess myself on the mound.
1-2. We'll take a call, strike 3. Got a breaking ball. Second time tonight, Trout's gone down looking. 2 outs.
Very rare of him to go down looking like that, huh?
Stay tuned for Angels Live postgame show presented by your SoCal Mazda dealers. So 2 outs. Upton at the plate. He's 0 for 3. Strikeout, double play ball, and the fly ball to left.
See it now to get one of those 92-mile-an-hour cutters in him to square that baseball up.
Upton's 0 for 2 in his career against Colomé. 1-0.
I remember when it used to be cool to throw 95. Don't you remember that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Now you got to be able to touch 100 now.
You don't even get a sniff at 95. I remember being in college and talking to scouts. Right-handed. If you're a right-hander, you threw 88, 87, 88.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah. Does he have a next level? What's his breaking ball like?
I believe the hardest pitch I've ever thrown was 97, and Chipper Jones hit it off the suites in Miami. So that might have been off the bat.
Went after that 95-mile-per-hour fastball up. 2-1. Chipper will be inducted on Sunday with Trevor Hoffman.
Heck of a class.
Vladimir Guerrero. Hey, yeah, not too bad of a class. Jim Thome, Alan Trammell, Jack Morris. 2-1.
And like we talked about earlier, those are pitches right there that Justin knows and understands he has to square up for this ball club to really regain trust in him at this situation, at this stage. He's an all-star caliber player. He's the guy that needs to protect Trout. And when you have the machine even still running into 20 home runs behind you, you have to take advantage of the pitches across the plate.
2-2 now. Way out in front of the plate. Full count.
40-footer.
Changing eye level.
Might be another cutter coming out right now.
Pujols on deck. 3-2. That's line to left field. Good piece of hitting. 2-out single. Puts a man on. That's that squaring up you were talking about.
And you know, that swing was short to the baseball. Sometimes when he misses a swing through the baseball, he gets a little bit big, tries to get that launch angle, but when he just stays on top of that baseball, I told you, you country strong. You don't need all that leverage swing that hit the ball hard. So I like that approach right there. Nice swing.
Albert 3 for 9 in his career against Colomé with a home run. He's 1 for 3 tonight with a double and a run scored. First one. A little bit high. Take that pitch down. He's hacking.
Yeah. I jumped a little bit because I thought he was going to swing at it.
Yep.
Oh, I want to live there. Gets this ball down the line. J-Up got to get going.
Outfield playing pretty deep for Seattle now. Albert, by the way, with the hit, the second, now 12 hits shy of getting 1,000 hits in the American League.
Another milestone. It's a shocker.
2,073 with the Cardinals. Takes a strike.
Albert doesn't miss that ball right there.
No.
He sprays that ball in the gap. You know, you can't be Father Time, but he sure is boxing with him right now.
Yep. Albert become the 9th player all time to have at least 1,000 hits in both leagues.
And a lot like Vlad, they would talk to you after games even if they beat up on you, what you did wrong, what you did right. You know, they were just students of the game, man. And after a while, you become a professor.
Now with a little bit off the play, Kerwin Danley rings it up to a 2, and that's why you see Albert spinning out of the box.
I'm a pitcher, so that's a strike.
I still don't understand how an umpire can take a position behind the inside corner of a plate and be able to call that pitch legitimately a strike.
Guessing. A lot of guessing.
2-2 now. Albert bounces this one. Segura's out in the outfield. Grass. We'll throw Pujols out. We'll head to the 9th inning. It's a 3-3 game. With toasted sourdough, new from Jack in the Box. Top of the 9th here at the Big A. The Angels and the Mariners tied at 3 in the opener of this 3-game set. Andrew Heaney is done after his 8 innings tonight, and Dontrell, he was spectacular, especially with that low fastball.
He did a superb job working at a great pace, keeping his defense on their toes, being down in the zone and having the hitters beat the ball on the ground. And even when he went up in the zone and got beat, he refocused himself, got the ground balls he needed. Hats off to him, man. Great job going deep in the ball game.
Hansel Robles takes over for Andrew Heaney through just 81 pitches in those 8 innings.
But as a competitor, there's a couple pitches that he wants back.
Yeah,
and he's going to
sure.
see on the tape that, hey, I have to continue to compete, continue to grind, continue to get that baseball out in front and finish. But hey, you know, like I said, they drive nice cars too. Well, that's what they pay them to do. You miss and they hit it.
Robles' 15th game with the Angels, a 2.77 ERA. Pitched on Monday. Mentioned his command was way off. Threw 28 pitches in 2/3 of an inning. And that was through 6 batters. Mariners with Cruz, Seager, and Healy in their half of the 9th. The first one to Nelson's in for a strike. Nelson 1 for 3. Homered to the seats in right center field in the 7th inning. His 23rd home run, 58th RBI. Little flare out to left center field. That'll fall in for a base hit. Elevated fastball. Leadoff man on board for the Mariners.
Robles has to do a good job, a better job of getting out in front on that fastball. Sometimes he recoils, and now that causes that ball to get up in the zone. He has to stay out in front and really stick your nose through the target. That's the key for him.
New pinch runner over at first base for Cruz. That's Denard Span. Running for Nelson. Kyle Seager at the plate now. Seager's 0 for 3. 2 ground outs and a fly ball to deep center field that Trout made a nice catch on at the wall.
flying open right there, and that's what I mean. Speed does that to you because you rush your delivery. You need to focus on this hitter because if they get their offense going, they can put a crooked number really fast. Focus on executing the pitch. That's the key.
Two balls, no strikes, and that's the last thing you want to do, start falling behind these guys.
You might want to go take a mound visit and just slow him down, get himself, you know, collected and gathered himself to be able to execute this pitch.
Span, 6 stolen bases, been caught 3 times this year. Came over with Colomé to deal with Tampa Bay. 3-0. This was the issue he had against the White Sox on Monday.
See, when I always had issues like that, I liked my teammates coming to me and slowing me down and giving me a vote of confidence right now. He's having trouble finding the strike zone, and I tell you what, when you're all over the place, the umpire doesn't give you those borderline calls.
And a 4-pitch walk puts 2 on to start the 9th. Here comes Charles Nagy. The Angels have Jose Alvarez now getting ready, the bullpen, the left-hander.
Really like this mound visit right now. Focus on getting this ground ball. One pitch can get you out of it.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Los Angeles Angels and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Angels Baseball LP. Ground ball is what you want here. Healy 15 times this year has grounded into a double play.
Takes that one pitch, maybe a breaking ball to get him back in the zone, especially when you're having trouble commanding your fastball. Usually it's arm slot. I think they might want to call that right now.
Healy 0 for 3, 2 fly ball outs and a ground out. Span at second, Seager at first. 3-3 in the 9th.
He's not finishing just a hair. Just the hair. And like I said earlier, now the strike zone's getting smaller and smaller. The umpire's getting impatient. It's late in the ball game. Focus and just trying to get some contact.
How about instead of trying to throw 95, throw 92?
You know what? Or just throw a breaking ball. That usually helps when guys have a fastball command issue. Throw a breaking ball because our sights are different. We're just trying to throw it over the plate. When you're trying to throw a fastball, you're really trying to throw it to a small target to the glove. But when you're throwing a breaking ball, you're just trying to throw it over an area. Good pitch.
Yep. That last pitch we just showed you as far as that slow motion, that almost looked like you're trying to throw a dart.
Well, yeah, now you're trying to feel for the strike zone,
right.
and that's the worst thing you can do. Trust me, I know. But also upstairs, get back to the mindset of just going out there competing and winning this matchup, because this is critical for your ball club.
2-1.
That's all right.
2-2.
Well, you know what, his mechanics, he has sound mechanics, he has timing. He's just not finishing the ball. See his head, he's trying to see where the ball is going. Trust your arm angle, trust your life, and just go out there and compete. Don't try to feel for the strike zone. That's the worst thing you do. It's all right. Throw one to the backstop, come back in. That's what it's. That's right. The way it got me back to the big leagues. Hey, you got to get over that. No mind. Like they say in Karate Kid, no mind.
2-2.
That's a better pitch. Now you see he threw that ball with conviction. Had his little recoil, but that tells me if I'm in the dugout now, he's going out there not trying to feel for the strike zone. Yeah, that's conviction. When you see his front hip turn over, that's what you want to see. That's what you want to see, because that's how you get life in that fastball going through the zone. Throw a breaking ball.
2-2. And he gets him. Swing and a miss. Down goes Healy. One down.
And he won that matchup because he competed the last couple of pitches, which is critical for him. He needed that. Hopefully he takes that positivity. He's been struggling with command and go back to the drawing board, but that's a positive out for him in a good inning.
Good off-speed pitch. Gets Healy for the first out. Robles is done. 2 on, 1 out here in the 9th inning of a 3-3 game. The Tigers on Tuesday, August 7th, 7:07. First pitch. Fans in attendance receive a Trout 27th birthday shirt, courtesy of Micro Semi while supplies last. More information, go to Angels.com. Jose Alvarez on the mound for the Angels. 1 out, 2 on. We're in the 9th inning of a 3-3 game. Jose pitching for the 53rd time this year. 4-3 with a 3.21 ERA. Chris Herman, the left-hand hitting catcher, who replaced Zunino defensively, coming up for his first plate appearance. Herman, the .216 average, 2 doubles, a triple, a home run, 2 runs batted in.
Alvarez has struggled mightily of late. His last 7 games has a 6 ERA, 4 innings pitched, 8 hits. Hopefully he gets a ground ball right here.
It's Herman to chase that breaking ball first pitch. Herman 8 for 37 on the season. Jose pitched yesterday, 1 inning, 1/3 of an inning, I should say, 3 pitches. These 2 batters. There's a 1-ball, 1-strike count.
See if that slider down over the plate gets him to roll over.
1-1
play action. Almost. Almost right there.
Halos in the bottom of the 9th. That's Simmons, Kinsler, Briseño due on.
Now in this situation, maybe you change eye level to a fastball up if you have enough confidence in velocity, or go right back to that slider down. When I was lefty on lefty, I liked throwing sinkers in because they really didn't like handling that ball following their body line, and they would open up the outer half of the plate.
There aren't too many left-handers that are willing, pitchers that is,
right,
willing to throw fastballs in or sinkers in on left-handed batters. And that's
right.
why I always feel like sometimes left-handed batters feel a lot more comfortable facing left-handed pitching because they can kind of look out over the plate a little bit.
Well, you know, facing Jim Tomei and Ken Griffey Jr., they'll look at you and say, "Don't hit me with that ball, D-Train." Like, you know what I mean? And that tells a lot in the situation, that I'm going right down in there to that bunion of yours. But definitely is able to open up the outer half of the plate.
1-2 pulled down the line. A glove by Albert Pujols. Takes it himself. They retire Herman. Hopefully Albert's all right. A little bit of a limp there after the fact. They'll come and check on him. But he saves a run, if not two. 2 down.
Like a cat over there. And folks at home, this is arguably one of the best baseball players of all time. You know, and you know, watching him, talking about Vlad, you know, I'm really honored that I got to share a baseball field and earn those guys' respects, because the way they come to play every single day, it's amazing how they try to affect the outcome of every single ball game and make their teammates better. It's not always just about them. They want to make their ball club better, and they want to be able to win.
Here's Ben Gamble, 0 for 3, lefty on lefty. That is at second and third, 2 outs. 1-0 count on Gamble. Gamble to strikeout, ground ball to short, ground ball to second.
Lefty on lefty matchup. This is a situation where you should win this matchup. You need to win this matchup for your ball club. One of the reasons why I like throwing sinkers, because usually lefty on lefty, the hitter is looking out. It's a lot of lefties throw fastballs away. So you gotta have that confidence to be able to tie him up.
One, 2 balls and a strike.
I go back to the slider. He's definitely looking for something hard over the plate.
2-1. In there, top part of the zone.
But it was inner third. He was looking out, looking out. It wasn't in, but it was in enough to lock him up. The way he took that baseball, man, I might be able to go fastball in again. You know, something out over the plate. He might be able to barrel it once. Oh, see, yeah, he's looking out. And see, that's the cat and mouse game between, you know, the batter and the pitcher. If you're able to execute that pitch, he would have won that matchup. He was able to get that ball a couple ball lengths down.
Full count. Heredia's on deck. 3-2. Gamble strikes out, swinging. The Mariners will leave 2 in scoring position. We head to the bottom of the 9th inning. Simmons, Kinsler, Briseño coming up. It's a 3-3 game. Back and take a look at the Hyundai key to the game, and the key tonight was pretty much use the entire field, especially with Wade LeBlanc on the mound. They got 3 runs against him, but they haven't scored since, and they faced a couple of right-handers. They're going to get another one here in the 9th inning.
They used the old field for 1 inning.
Yeah.
That was their approach for 1 inning, but Wade was able to settle down and get those guys to miss-hit some balls. But right now, it's still the same approach, even with a guy that throws a lot harder. Trust yourself to let the ball get deep in the zone, and if you throw something away, hey, don't be ashamed to take a couple knocks the other way and really get this offense going.
43rd game, 1-4 mark and a 5.77 ERA. The veteran's been around with the Rockies, Dodgers, Pirates, Cardinals, and the Mariners this season. Anderson Simmons 0 for 3 tonight. Grounded out his last time up, 3 for 9 in his career with a home run against Nicasio.
Home crowd trying to get the ball club going. I like it.
Colomé worked the 8th inning, gave up a hit with 2 outs, nothing else. So picked up a strikeout.
The Seattle pen has a lot of talented depth. One of the best in all of baseball.
Lays off. 1 ball, 1 strike. Third reliever used by Service. LeBlanc went 6th. Nick Vincent pitched the 7th. Colomé the 8th. Nicasio here in the 9th. Queued up the line, will go foul. 1-2.
Tried to pull that slider right there, and that's where you have to keep your balance and keep your head and really focus on hitting that baseball back up the middle. Might have been able to get you a little lousy knock. Line drive in the book. How you got to stay tough.
Kinsler on deck. One-two pitch. Oh, line to left field. Gamble has to move over. It's the catch, 1 out.
Not on top of that baseball with some thunder. Simmons not looking good running back to the dugout.
Kind of a slow moving back to the dugout. I wonder if there's something going on. Could explain. We mentioned the jog to first base in his last at bat. This is after this one here, kind of reaching back that lower back area. Kinsler will walk, strikeout, bouncer back to the mound. Late on that one. Ian has faced Juan Nicasio in his career. He's 1 for 5.
Nicasio has a lot of life on that fastball, and as you can see, trusts his slider. He spent a little time early in his career starting, so he could be a hybrid swing guy that can go a couple innings, especially late in the ball game.
He's picked up 50 strikeouts and 39 innings of work coming into play tonight. Kinsler fouls it off. 1-2.
See, when that baseball's away, his bat really drops. And that's where you got to stay tall and really get on top of that baseball so you can hit it with some backspin. They're going to continue to stay away from you until you prove you can hit that ball the other way.
Briseño on deck. There's the 1-2 to Ian. And got him to chase it.
And again, he's going to have to make that adjustment for himself. And there's a lot of booking and there's a lot of ways to be able to get information. And everybody sees it, that he cannot cover that ball away, whether it be a fastball or a slider. and he's already on top of the plate, so he's going to have to make an adjustment and an approach of where he wants to hit this baseball.
Really, the one pitch that you see Jim Johnson getting ready that Nicasio's throwing into a right-handed batter was the one that Simmons hit the left field. Everything is pitching to the big part of the ballpark.
Right.
Here's Briseño off the plate. On board 3 times tonight with a single and 2 walks.
And on the mound, especially late in the ball games, you tend to stay away from guys. And once you get confidence, it's like, hey, I don't believe you guys can beat me the other way or put enough bats together.
Foul back.
Oh, no, I got a chance. Oh.
Down goes Dave Sims' computer.
Come on, Dave.
That thing just took a beating.
Oh, and it's broken, too.
As well it should be. There she goes. Boom. Incoming. And you can see nobody there. They all bailed.
Come on, fellas.
Here's the 1-1. Top part of the zone, 1-2.
And for a hitter, that's a tough pitch to cover, man. 96 up in the zone. And you're thinking about that slider in the back of your mind, it just gives you another element. Somebody get a new MacBook Pro.
Yeah. He'll be at the Apple Store tomorrow. 1-2. Speed downstairs. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
I broke my laptop and phone so much at Apple Care, they didn't care no more.
Not so much. Apple, we don't care.
We don't care. No. Sorry about it, Trey.
Calhoun on deck. Time called. 2 down here tonight. The 3-3 game. The Angels 3 runs coming in the second inning against Wade LeBlanc. Mariners chipped away. 1 in the 5th, 1 in the 7th, 1 in the 8th. All 3 against Andrew Heaney. Went 8 innings tonight. 2-2 now. Foul back.
Ooh.
Adam Neville of the Angels trainer was coming out, and that's what Kerwin Danley was waving off.
Got to be tough behind that plate. Oof. Getting 97 off the chest.
Jerry Davis had to come out of the game yesterday with dizziness. Hot day.
Really hot on the field surface, man. Sorry, I brought some Arizona out here to Orange County. Ugh. $120 out there at Arizona. I came out here, was 92. I was like, oh, this is quite nice.
Not
quite
bad, right?
pleasant. Yeah. Little breeze. Little breeze.
Briseño, this one out to center field. Playable for Heredia. And free baseball here at the Big A. Welcome to Angels baseball, D-Train. We're headed to the 10th. We're tied at 3. Angels baseball on Fox Sports West is brought to you by AT&T, official sponsor for Extra Innings. Top of the 10th inning, we're tied at 3, and a new pitcher for the Angels. Chip Johnson replaces Jose Alvarez. Did a nice job coming in with a couple of men on and 1 out, retiring Gamble on a ground out. Terrific player. Herman, I should say, on a ground out. Terrific play by Albert Pujols, and then striking out Gamble to get out of the 9th inning with 2 in scoring position. Johnson pitching for the 37th time this season. He's 2-2 with a 3.62 ERA. No other changes for the Angels. Andrelton Simmons back out at shortstop. 9-1-2 coming up for Seattle. Heredia, Gordon, and Segura.
Jim Johnson with that sinker. I told him it's a sanker. Way a depth change right there. Made his living off that.
10th extra inning game for the Angels this year, and you can see the numbers: 2-7. Mariners 8-0. Heredia 2 for 3. He had the flare single with the infield drawn in the 8th inning that tied the score up at 3.
He's been pesky today, giving really good quality at bats.
Played good defense in center field as well. He's tracked down a couple of balls.
Important to keep him off the bases, because he definitely has the speed to really get something going and put pressure on the pitcher on the mound.
Ground ball left side. Fletcher to his left has it. 1 out.
Nice play to back up and get that ball on a good hop. Nice turn and throw. And that's just having good sense of the baseball right there. And that hot corner's hot, so you have to stay ready over there.
Has made a nice transition at the major league level to playing third base for a guy who's a middle infielder. Looks smooth, like he's been doing it for years.
You just see the confidence at the plate as well as on the field.
D. Gordon takes a strike. He's 2 for 4 tonight, 2 singles. Also grounded out and hit into a double play.
You look at this Seattle's lineup and you see the way it's built with the speed at the top of the lineup to put pressure on the pitcher, and the teeth of the lineup, the power. You saw early on in the season how they were playing out of their minds and putting pressure on the opposing starting pitchers because of a nice little balance of combination. It reminds me a lot of the Florida Marlins in 2003 when we were able to win.
Gordon's on board. 2-strike approach, gets his 3rd hit. Now you really have to worry about the speed of D. Gordon at first base. 23 stolen bases on the season. Chip Johnson, not the quickest guy to the plate.
Right.
You got a pretty good hitter in Gene Segura now at the plate, who so far tonight has hit the 0 for 4. And also susceptible to the double play ball. Segura's grounded into 11 double plays this year. 12, pardon me. He hit one into the third base area for a double play in the 1st.
Nice size lead for D. Gordon, out to 13, almost 14 feet.
That's some serious confidence. Seriously. Trout lives in the 11-foot range.
Doesn't need to really get out there. He does his D. But he wants to put another element in the back of Johnson's mind. Ooh, he had a nice couple of steps right there to be able to steal that bag. First base coach getting the times from the mound to home.
Courtesy throw over to first.
Sometimes in this situation, and Juan Pierre actually told me the best thing you could do is freeze the runner, is hold the ball.
Right.
You know, a lot of runners, they steal bases off the pitcher, getting their cadence, getting their rhythm, seeing where they set.
Oh, quick pitch action there
Now inadvertently he's putting a lot of pressure on Johnson and making him rush to the plate, and now he's not able to execute his pitches. So
and D started there and stopped because he saw something different from Johnson.
Yeah, but he's just messing with him at this point. You know what I mean? It's
just toying with him.
Yeah, I used to tell the runners, hey, stop messing around, man, and let me execute this pitch.
I'm sure they cooperated.
Oh, man.
2 balls, no strikes. Gordon's on the move. Segura fouls it back. He had a pitch a drive there. And D had a huge jump from first.
Huge jump. And he stole that off of Johnson. He saw the timing. 1/1000. He came set. Guessed right and got a good jump. One 1,000. See, and that's also key for pitchers to vary your holds. Sometimes give yourself a 2 count.
Takes off again. Pitch upstairs, throw down. Short hop Simmons gets away from both Simmons and Kinsler. That ball's got to be knocked down somehow. And there's the speed of Gordon ending up at third base. An error by Briseño.
But again, he got that same jump because he knew the timing of Johnson once he holds. Once a pitcher sets 1/1000, he takes off because he knows exactly the rhythm of the pitcher trying to focus and make it execute a good pitch. But you know, I was notorious for holding, you know, giving a head fake, doing whatever I can to try to throw the runner off, and at the same time not make myself uncomfortable.
Infield in, 3-1 count on Segura. And a walk. Puts 2 on.
And that's exactly what speed does to you. It makes you uncomfortable on the mound. Now he's missing the strike zone, doesn't have a lot of feel of his sinker. And the sinker, like everything else, is such a field pitch. Now you need a ground ball at someone.
Haniger 0 for 3. He's hit 3 ground ball outs.
And in this situation, Haniger's looking to lift and get some launch angle. Hopefully he gets a sinker up, trying to drive the ball to the outfield.
Segura bluffing from first stays.
He also has to pay attention to Gene as well.
Segura with 15 stolen bases, has been caught 8 times. Infield back, looking for the double play ball.
Be a good time to do that first to third move. Be a really good time.
Especially since Johnson likes to step off. Segura's on the move. Haniger takes a strike to throw down. Here comes Gordon trying to steal home, and he is safe at home. Well, I thought it looked like the tag got him from up here. Kerwin Danley calls him safe. And we'll see what Andrew Bailey decides downstairs. He's taking a look at it. They are going to challenge it right away.
They're definitely going to go to New York on this one because that was bang, bang. Wow.
Segura ends up at second base with a stolen base. I mean, from our vantage point, it looked like he got him.
He got him.
Easy.
Great play.
Yeah.
And great heads up, calm play by Kinsler to be able to make that throw and execute that play. Usually when the wheels are spinning and the game speeds up, you see infielders all the time make a throw high and allow the runner to really get under the tag and slide in and steal a run. Well, he looks out to me.
It really surprised me that D took the inside route. He was on the inside part of the foul line as opposed to staying on the foul side, trying to take the back corner of home plate. It gave Briseño an opportunity to get a quick tag down.
Right. And then he tried to go outside at the end.
Man, I'm wondering, this is taking too long.
It's making me nervous.
Yeah. Oh. And if this thing goes with the whole call stance thing, the biggest crutch
We got a
of
lot
them
of
all.
people standing here.
Yeah.
They're waiting to go to their cars and stay in the seats.
I don't like the look of this.
I don't. Where's the fingertips when the tag's initiated? That's the key.
Here comes Ted Barrett. Out is a call. Overturned. Nice job by Andrew Bailey downstairs. Immediately tells Sosha to challenge that. Anytime it takes that long, you always wonder, especially since this is the only game that's still being played. So 2 outs, Segura in scoring position, 3-3 game, and an 0-2 count on Haniger.
Welcome to West Coast baseball at its finest. What a heck of a game being played by both sides. It's a good baseball, but at this point, who wants it more?
Oh, 2. Haniger takes low, 1 ball, 2 strikes. It's Denard Span on deck. Remember, Nelson Cruz no longer in the game. Span pinch ran for him in the 9th inning.
Important for Johnson to regain focus and execute a pitch and get his ball club back in the dugout.
Breaking ball. Just got a piece of it. Fouls it back.
Good
Takes a
pitch.
called strike 3, and we'll head to the bottom of the 10th. With the go-ahead run in scoring position. Juan Nicasio still in the game. This will be his 2nd inning of relief. He had a 1-2-3 ninth. Halos here in the 10th inning have Calhoun, Fletcher, and Ohtani due up. Cole 1 for 3, 2 RBI, doubled in the 2nd inning, a strikeout in the 4th, and a fly ball to right in his last at bat. That was the 7th inning.
Now you see that big hole on the shift on the left side. Take a shot early, but you see that leg go after it. Uh-oh.
High and deep to right center field. Back to the wall. Drive home safely.
like I said, take a shot early because we want to go home. But if he's going to get deeper in the count and deeper in that bat, hit that ball to the left side. But hey, bus is an hour. Nice piece of hitting right there by Cole. Hook him up with sunflower seeds, baby powder water. He's really turned it on since he's come back from the DL. Really, really happy for him. Buckeye, Arizona, stand up.
Time now for the Land Rover above and beyond player of the game, and of course it is Cole Calhoun. First career walk-off home run, and he remains extremely hot. Jumped on that first pitch train and sent everybody home.
You saw that bat flip. You knew it was trouble off the bat. Now they lowered that line right there, but he didn't need that line at all. That ball is gone.
Much needed victory for the Angels, plus the shower for Cole Calhoun. And so happy for the guy who struggled so much earlier this year and has really turned it around over the last month. And he is downstairs with our own Alex Curry. Alex.
Cole, your first career walk-off home run. Let's put this feeling into words right now, topping it off with that shower.
It's awesome, especially to do it in front of you guys. I mean, right when you swing and the crowd goes crazy, it's awesome.
Now you guys worked hard to keep this a tied game in the 9th, in the 10th inning. Talk about what you saw from your guys defensively.
I mean, we've been playing really good baseball lately, and it's been a lot of fun. So the job that Heaney did and JJ throwing the ball like he did today, I mean, even the whole bullpen, it's